Can paradise also be hell at the same time? In the Philippines, the answer is yes. Picture this in the morning. You dive into crystal-clear waters in Palawan, gliding beside gentle whale sharks, an experience you might only dream of once in a lifetime. But when night falls right in the capital, Manila families lay mats to sleep among tombs in crowded cemeteries, where life and death share the same roof. This is the Philippines, a country where paradise and nightmare stand side by side, where nature gifts some of the world's most breathtaking wonders, yet at the same time forces people to survive under unimaginable conditions. And you're about to see it all, from the world's rarest lake within an island, to volcanoes so perfectly shaped they look unreal, and the most overcrowded slums, where children play right on top of garbage heaps. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because this journey will shock you from beginning to end. 1. Philippines, the land of contradictions. Welcome to a nation of true contradictions. The Philippines, a massive archipelago of 7,641 islands scattered across the South China Sea and the Pacific Ocean. Its land area is about the same as New Zealand, yet its population is more than 20 times larger, with over 110 million people packed into this limited space. This is also one of the most densely populated places on Earth. Imagine cities where every single square meter is used: rooftops, cemeteries, even underground. Sewers turned into living spaces. Every day, the pressure for housing, food, and resources feels like a life or death struggle for millions. Its history bears heavy marks from foreign powers. Colonized by Spain for over 300 years and later ruled by the United States, these influences left deep imprints on its culture, architecture, and even its language. Did you know that about 60% of the Filipino vocabulary comes directly from Spanish? An invisible legacy still alive in everyday conversations. And here's a curious fact. The name Philippines actually comes from King Philip II of Spain. Yes, an entire country named after a foreign king who lived centuries ago. So the question is, if one day you woke up and realized your country was named after a stranger from far away, how would you feel? Nature, beauty, and danger. If nature could paint its finest masterpiece, the canvas would surely be the Philippines. Let's begin in Palawan, El Nido, often called paradise on earth. Emerald green bays, towering karst cliffs rising like walls built by the gods, and hidden lagoons concealed behind narrow rock passages. Step into one of them, and it feels as if you've fallen into a world untouched by mankind. But the magic doesn't end there. On the island of Luzon lies a geological wonder, unlike anything else on the planet: Taal Lake, a massive crater lake with an island in the middle, which itself holds another lake. A lake within an island. Within a lake, a paradox that amazes both scientists and travelers alike. Further on stands Mayon volcano, considered the most perfectly shaped cone in the world. Its symmetry is so flawless it looks unreal. Yet beneath this beauty lies deadly power. Mayon has erupted dozens of times, burning villages and threatening thousands of lives. Meanwhile, on the island of Bohol, nature takes on a playful role with the Chocolate Hills, over 12,000 cone-shaped mounds blanketed in grass. During the dry season, the grass turns brown, transforming the hills into what looks like giant chocolate drops scattered across the landscape. But all of these breathtaking sights exist because of a harsh truth. The Philippines sits on the Pacific Ring of Fire, a land constantly trembling from earthquakes, threatened by volcanoes, and battered by storms. In 2013, Super Typhoon Haiyan devastated the nation, killing thousands and leaving scars that will never fully heal. Here in the Philippines, you realize a profound truth: beauty always walks hand in hand with danger. And it's precisely this fragility that makes the country's landscapes so irresistibly captivating. 3. Strange creatures and deadly nature. Nature in the Philippines is not only beautiful, it's home to creatures that can amaze you, terrify you, and sometimes even make you laugh. It's a world where greatness, danger, and humor collide. Let's begin with the ocean. In the waters of Oslob, Cebu, lies one of the most unforgettable experiences of a lifetime: swimming with whale sharks. These giants of the sea can grow over 12 meters long, bigger than a bus, and yet they're known as gentle giants, feeding only on plankton and tiny fish. Imagine diving into the clear blue, and as one of these massive creatures glides past you, its enormous eye turns your way for a second. You feel just how fragile and small you truly are. But behind the magic is a moral dilemma. To attract whale sharks for tourists, many operators feed them artificially. This disrupts their natural migration and hunting habits, making them dependent on humans. That's why conservationists urge, if you come to Cebu, choose a responsible tour. After all, an unforgettable encounter should never come at the cost of harming the animals themselves. If the whale shark is the ocean's gentle giant, then lurking in the swamps and rivers is a true predator, the saltwater crocodile. And among them, one name haunts the Philippines: lolong. In 2011, after months of pursuit, locals captured a crocodile measuring 17 meters long, and weighing over a ton officially, the largest crocodile ever recorded. Before its capture, it was suspected of killing livestock and even people in Mindanao. When lolong was finally hauled ashore, villagers looked on in both horror and awe, as if a prehistoric monster had stepped out of legend. And although it died in 2013, its legacy still looms, a reminder that nature here always hides predators that rule the swamps. But perhaps the deadliest killer in the Philippines doesn't have sharp teeth or giant jaws. It's the coconut. Yes, it sounds funny, but it's true. More people die each year from falling coconuts than from shark attacks. Picture yourself strolling under towering coconut palms, the breeze blowing, then thud. A coconut weighing several kilos plummets from 20 meters above. That impact can cause serious injury or even death. In a strange twist of irony in this tropical paradise, danger sometimes comes not from wild beasts, but from the very fruit you sip happily on the beach. So here's the question for you. What scares you more, the razor-sharp jaws of a shark or a coconut suddenly dropping from the sky? Leave your answer in the comments. I bet your choice will surprise a lot of people. 4. Life and culture. If the landscapes of the Philippines leave you in awe, then its daily life and culture will make you smile, surprise you, and sometimes even move you. First, we have the iconic jeepneys, the country's most colorful symbol of transport. After World War II, old U.S. military jeeps were recycled and transformed into vibrant vehicles painted with wild colors, witty slogans, neon lights, and unique artwork. Each jeepney isn't just public transport, it's a rolling piece of art through the streets of Manila. But brace yourself, once you hop on, you'll squeeze in shoulder to shoulder with strangers surrounded by roaring engines, laughter, and blaring music. It's chaotic, noisy, but absolutely Filipino. Next are the street markets, the beating heart of daily life. Here all your senses come alive: the smell of grilled meat, the lively shouts of vendors, the glow of yellow lights reflecting off piles of colorful vegetables. For families without refrigerators, these markets are a daily necessity for fresh food. For visitors, they're a gateway into real Filipino life, noisy, crowded, but warm and full of humanity. And if you ask, what do Filipinos love the most? The answer almost always is karaoke. From tiny wooden homes in the countryside to bustling city corners in Manila, karaoke is everywhere. Filipinos don't just sing for fun, they sing to share joy, to laugh, to connect. Sometimes an entire neighborhood will stay awake all night because someone rented a karaoke machine for a birthday party. And strangely enough, nobody complains because everyone knows when it's their turn, the whole street will sing along too. Then comes one of the most shocking foods for foreigners, balut, the fertilized duck egg. For Filipinos, it's a cheap, common street snack, often enjoyed late at night with a cold beer. But for outsiders, peeling a shell and seeing a tiny duck embryo inside can turn stomachs upside down. Yet those brave enough to try it are often surprised by its rich, savory flavor. So here's the question: would you dare try balut? Comment 1 if yes, 2 if no. Finally, what visitors remember most may not be the food or the music, but the unique ways Filipinos show respect. In conversation, you'll often hear po and opo, polite markers when speaking to elders. The gesture of mano po, placing an elder's hand on one's forehead, is a beautiful sign of reverence. And in daily life, people affectionately call strangers ese older sister or kuya older brother, even without blood relation. In a nation full of challenges, it's this deep sense of family and community that becomes the strongest foundation of all. 5. The dark side, living with the dead. But to truly understand the Philippines, you can't just look at the turquoise beaches and white sands. Behind that paradise lie shadows, places where life and death blur together until the line between them almost disappears. Right in the capital, Manila, with a staggering population density of over 40,000 people per square kilometer, you'll witness a reality few other cities in the world can match: a megacity bursting at the seams, where millions fight for every square meter just to survive. At the heart of Manila lies a name that sends chills through anyone who hears it: Tondo, the most overcrowded slum on earth. Here, makeshift shacks of rotting wood and rusty tin crowd against one another, barely holding off the rain. Some families, unable to find shelter, are forced to live in drainage pipes or in shanties beside mountainous garbage dumps. Children play among piles of waste, while adults scavenge for plastic and scrap metal to sell for a few coins. Every single day in Tondo is a fight for survival. And when land runs out, some families make their homes in places most of us would never dare: cemeteries. Here people build shelters on top of tombs, lay mats to sleep among gravestones, while children kick balls around marble angels. Life and death coexist under the same roof. For many poor families, it isn't just a desperate choice, it's the only way to exist in a city that has no space left for them. And if that weren't strange enough, on the island of Camiguin lies one of the world's most extraordinary burial sites, the underwater cemetery. In 1870, a violent volcanic eruption sank an entire graveyard beneath the sea. Decade after decade, the people of Camiguin continued burying their loved ones there beneath the waves. Today, divers can still descend into the crystal-clear waters to find stone crosses and tombs lying silently on the ocean floor, a haunting, surreal sight. In the Philippines, people have turned resting places into living spaces. A tragic irony, yes, but also a powerful testimony to the resilience of its people, that no matter the circumstances, they will always find a way to adapt and survive. 6. The real mermaids. Bajau sea nomads. If there's any community on Earth that truly lives as if they've stepped out of legend, it's the Bajau, also known as the sea nomads, the real-life mermaids of Southeast Asia. For centuries, the Bajau have had no permanent homeland on land. They spend their lives on tiny wooden boats drifting across the sea, or in stilt houses built above shallow waters. For them, the ocean is not just a resource, it's home school and even cemetery. Bajau children learn to swim before they can walk, and they wield spears to catch fish before they ever hold a pencil. One of their most unique customs is called rumah baru, which means new house. After a wedding, the entire community comes together to build a new boat for the couple. As drums beat and songs echo, the boat becomes their first home, carrying them into a new life together at sea. And on that very night, the newlyweds are encouraged to celebrate their first evening as husband and wife on the freshly built vessel under the blessings of the whole community. A tradition that's both innocent and profound proof that the ocean is the true center of their world. But what has amazed scientists the most isn't just their culture, it's their extraordinary biology. Recent studies reveal that the Bajau have spleens 50% larger than average humans. This allows them to store more red blood cells carrying extra oxygen, which means they can hold their breath for over 5 minutes and dive to depths of 70 meters without any equipment. At this level, the Bajau are living evidence of human evolution, adapting to extreme environments. That's why many call them the real mermaids of our world. So here's the question: do you think humans could truly evolve to become permanent citizens of the sea? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because your answer might spark a fascinating debate. 7. Controversy and beauty. The Philippines is not only famous for its breathtaking landscapes and unique tribes, but also for something else: its people. It's no exaggeration to say that Filipino men and women are often considered among the most beautiful in Southeast Asia. That beauty comes from history itself. Centuries of colonial influence created a rare blend, the delicate features of Asia mixed with European lines and Latin American charm. That's why the Filipino smile feels both warm and captivating, and the eyes carry a look that is at once innocent and mysterious. But behind this radiant image lies controversy. In the face of economic struggles, many women and men have turned to what is often called romance tourism relationships with Western visitors, not out of blind admiration, but as a way to seek stability, opportunity, or simply a chance to escape poverty. It's not fetish, it's survival shaped by harsh realities. Likewise, in beach destinations like Boracay or Puerto Galera, you'll often find the colorful bikini open contests, lively beauty pageants, where hundreds of young women showcase their confidence and charm under the eyes of foreign and local audiences alike. These events are more than displays of beauty. They're celebrations of youth resilience and the country's openness to the world. So what truly makes Filipinos beautiful? Is it their radiant smile that brightens the streets of Manila? Their deep, soulful eyes you'll notice in El Nido? Or is it their genuine hospitality, the very reason this nation is known as the land of smiles? Tell us in the comments, what do you think is the most beautiful thing about Filipinos? Their smile, their eyes, or their hospitality? And if you're wondering, can I really afford to explore this country? The answer might surprise you. The Philippines is truly a tropical paradise on a budget. Domestic flights cost only $20 to $80, taking you from Manila to the farthest islands. Island hopping tours in Palawan, El Nido, or Coron range from $20 to $30, often including a fresh seafood lunch. Want the freedom to explore? Rent a motorbike for just $5 to $11 per day. Street food is delicious and cheap. For only $2 to $3, you can fill your stomach. For something fancier, a full dinner for two at a nice restaurant will cost around $40. Accommodation is just as flexible. Hostels start at $15 a night, while beachfront resorts range from $60 to $200, depending on how much comfort you want. All of this makes the Philippines one of Asia's dream destinations: beautiful, affordable, yet full of challenges. A country that feels like paradise for travelers, but a harsh test of survival for those who live here. So here's the final question for you. Would you choose to admire the paradise of Palawan, or dare to step into Tondo to witness the raw edge of life itself? Leave your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe because the next journey will be even more surprising.